Welcome back. Okay, winter's here. I've been looking forward to trying out Tesla's full self-driving in winter conditions. I was wondering how useful the technology would be in the snow, if the system could see the road lines, would snow get in the way of the cameras. A lot of the videos you see out there are people driving their Teslas in warmer climates or non-winter-like conditions. So sometimes for people like us who live in the north, we feel a little bit left out when trying to determine if FSD makes sense for us in the winter. I'm taking out my trusty Model Y here in some slick conditions just to see how things go. What I'm really most interested in seeing is once I hit the highways and I go at a bit of higher speed and I start getting some of that spray, that dirty winter spray shooting all over the windshield, is that going to affect the cameras at all? I know that FSD has issues in adverse driving conditions, specifically if it's raining outside or there's any significant precipitation. So I want to see how it holds up to these winter conditions, because if I'm a person who's looking to get FSD and I do live in a bit of a northern climate and there are winter conditions, does it make sense for me to get FSD? Maybe if I am on a monthly plan, I'll just get it in the summertime. So let's give it a shot here and see how it goes. And keeping our distance here in the right lane, we're going to be turning right at the next intersection. As you can see, there's some snow buildup here in the right lane. No sliding there. FSD manages the speed very well. No slipping there at the turn. Not slowing down too much, but a nice, comfortable, confident right turn. Okay, one thing we're going to check right now is to see how FSD manages an issue that's popped up at this location many times, where it errantly starts turning me right at the next street, even though, as you can see on the map, it's really supposed to be taking me straight to the highway. So let's see how it manages that. Not expecting it to change here at all. Oh, well, look at that. It started signaling to me go right, and then it canceled itself and it went through. So this is the first time it's done that. So that's progress, I guess. So the thumbs up for that one. This is good to see. All right, we're going to be getting up to the highway in a couple of moments here. All right, lights turn green. Off we go. This vehicle on the left is making it very tight here in this lane, but FSD's not spooked out. It's keeping me in the middle there. No issues with that. The highway is going to be busy. I can see overhead there's lots of vehicles there, so we're going to see how FSD is going to do that. There's going to be a lot of spray coming up, and let's see how the wipers handle that too. That's another thing that I'm going to be evaluating. As you see, FSD does a nice smooth right turn there. Those turns are just so buttery smooth on this version. Okay, it's got a good bit of speed here getting onto the highway. Even though it's a little bit more slick, a little bit more snowy, FSD is taking it. It's taking it carefully, but it's still got a bit more speed than I think it would have. As you can see, lots of vehicles here. And here's another issue that I have at this location, is that FSD doesn't merge here. It just sticks in this lane. The lane will come to an end, but FSD will not merge over to the left. Let's see if it sticks with that again. If I'll have to disengage. And yeah, you can see it's not doing it. I'll have to disengage there. And again, we'll take another quick look at that right now. See, look at that in slow motion. It should have moved over well in advance there. I don't know why it does it. It's just something funny here at this location. I always mark it down here, but they still haven't fixed that there. So something hopefully that they'll fix in the future. Now that I am merging here in the lanes, you see there's lots of vehicles. The car will have to take me into the left lane. Let's see how long it does to do that with all the vehicles on the left. And you can see lots of spray coming up. I'm going to be taking a look at these wipers here. These wipers have been hit and miss on the latest version of FSD from what I've seen. Whereas before they were overactive in the wiping, sometimes I find that they're not wiping nearly enough. And now that we've got very dirty spray, I'm going to have to do a lot of manual intervention here, which really shouldn't be happening. But I'm going to have to do it in order to keep these the view clean for FSD. Alright, moving over to the left or into the middle lane. Does a good job with that. Good job with that. And we'll see when the lane clears out a bit on the left, when FSD will move me over one more. There looks to be a bit of a gap right now. Still has me here. Yep, there we go. and now it's moving me on. You can see the wipers there. You see how dirty the windshield is when the wipers go off. So I'm always going to have to be pushing here to get some fluid in there. I really don't know how successful FSD is going to be. Let's fast forward a little bit. Right now it's doing a good job. I'm hugging the left lane here. As you can see, there's an HOV on the left, and I can't cross that because it's solid lines. I've got a lot of vehicles there on the right too, and in front of me I have a salt truck that's actually slowing things down, so I'm kind of stuck behind that right now. You can see some vehicles in front are trying to get around it. I can't really do anything right now as long as I've got that solid line on the left and I've got those vehicles on the right. So let's see how long it takes for FSD to go and make that change again. I have to keep activating those wipers. My windshield is getting dirtier and dirtier. And there you go. Yeah, FSD is disabled. The cameras cannot see the road that well because of all the spray and how dirty my windshield is. And I'm trying to activate again and it won't reactivate. And yeah, I can't use FSD until I can clean up the front of my windshield. For those of you who don't know, FSD doesn't use sensors. It's completely based on the Tesla Vision system. So it's all the cameras that go around the car. There's a camera that is pointing out forward, and if it gets a lot of coverage from rain or sleet, it makes it difficult for it to make an assertion if it's safe or not to use FSD. So it usually disables it there. I have to manually go around that truck. I'm going to keep trying to see if I can reactivate FSD now that I'm past some of that spray and I've cleaned my windshield. Yep. All right, so we've got it working again. So let's keep moving forward there. We'll wait for this lane on the left to open up again. Once the solid lines open up, I should be able to move over to the left. Getting a little bit more straight. Yep, there it goes, and the lane opens up. So I'm moving over, but again, getting a little bit dirty again on my windshield. Let's see how long it lasts, and boom. There we go. FSD is down again. So this is a big issue actually when you have these very wet conditions, which is usually comes after a snowfall and the temperature starts getting a little bit warmer and you get melting conditions on the road. You got the dirtier water. It's really not conducive to FSD working. I'm gonna go check the error message there, and yeah, the error message pretty much confirms that it's due to the poor camera conditions that FSD is deactivated. So that's unfortunate. What I'm going to do is speed up the camera here, take a look at the screen, see how many times I try to reactivate FSD. Let's see how many times. Oh, I tried there. Didn't work. Keeping going manual there. Let's try it again. Didn't work. I wonder if FSD is ever going to reactivate on this drive. Try it again. Didn't work. All right. Oh, try it again. That's 4 times. Hasn't worked. Just speeding along. 5th time. Doesn't work. And then 6th time, doesn't work. FSD may be a write-off on this drive. 7 times, doesn't work. Trying to clean off my cameras here, but FSD's not agreeing. 8th time, not working. Yep. Oh, this is unfortunate because you really want to give FSD a good test here. Again, you want to use it in winter conditions as well. It's going to be like this for a couple of months, but unfortunately, right now it's just not usable. It'll be a little interesting to hear what feedback you're getting with FSD for the last couple of weeks of winter conditions that we've had here in North America. All right, we're going to give it another shot here. It's been some time since FSD activated. Let's try one more time. And yep, now it's activated again. Good. So it took a bit of time there. I don't know if there's so many minutes you have to wait before it's going to reactivate, but it is working right now. Let's see how long we can go before we have any other issues with FSD. Other than the deactivating, FSD's been doing a pretty good job though. Good lane management, staying well behind the car in front. Not sure if it adjusts to that based on the conditions or not, but it is being cautious. Getting off the highway here, no issues with that. All right, turning left, back onto the city streets. Nice smooth left turn there. Road's a little bit slick, no issues there. I'm driving on Michelin Excise tires. The vehicle moved immediately into the middle lane and is getting ahead of these slower vehicles, so did a fantastic job with that. It could sense that there was a line of cars in front on the left and immediately got me around that lane into the middle and passing that, so that did a fantastic job there. Now, I didn't have any issues before with FSD disabling while on city streets. Not getting as much spray here, but there is some precipitation. Driving downhill right now. There's a bit of a slope right now, so I'm trying to see if there's going to be any sliding. So far, no issues. The Model Y has got good weight to the vehicle. You've got the battery in the car, so it's weighing it down. You've got an all-wheel drive system. If there was a lot of snow, you could even put in some additional traction control. Not needed right now. It's driving very smooth right now, so I feel very confident in the vehicle. All right. Now moving uphill a little bit coming up. As you can see, there's some precipitation on the roads. No issues with that. FSD doesn't have an issue with that. You can take a look here at my windshield. It's still quite dirty. I'm wondering if I should just go manually try to clean it again. I want to see how long FSD will hold out in these conditions. Getting going again. Oh, and it's disabled again. Well, it looks like the windshield just is not in a good enough condition right now to consistently keep FSD going. I'll try to reactivate it again, but pretty much answered a lot of questions that I had here. When you have a autonomous driving system that is not based on sensors but is based on the visibility of the cameras, we're going to run into these challenges. So unless Tesla can really improve the wiper systems there in the winter, make it a little bit more responsive and clean a little bit more aggressively so those cameras have a clear view, you're going to run into this situation where the FSD is going to continually disengage because it just does not feel that it's safe enough and has a clear enough view for you to continue using that system. Hopefully now that we're starting to see version 12 start to come out, maybe there'll be some improvements there, but this looks like something that Tesla's going to have to continue to work on to improve. Wanted to thank you for joining me on this drive today. I look forward in the future to testing out more winter conditions. Until then, if you have any questions or comments, or you have similar experiences with driving FSD in the winter, please leave those comments below. We'll keep trying to test out 11.4.9 until we're all pushed on to version 12 of FSD. That'll probably take some time. Until then, though, you all drive safe, and I'll see you on the roads.